Today we are going to have the three levels of behavioral intelligence, as Ashwin has already briefed you. The number one is basic level, then we will go to the advanced level, and at the end of the webinar we will go into the application of behavioral intelligence, not in only in your life but in the life of your near and dear ones as well. So I welcome all to this particular webinar on behavioral and relationship intelligence, because whatever today you are going to learn, it is going to enhance your communication, your rapport, and your relationship with other people, especially people whom you are dealing day in and day out. So what is this particular behavioral intelligence, and what this particular test of DISC you have already taken, and what are the benefits of it? There is a small video of a minute wherein you will understand what is the application and what benefits you are going to get from today's webinar.
People are different. We have different ways in which we respond to the external world and the people around us. How can we understand each other better? There is an easy way that we can understand each other using the DISC, Behavioral Preferences System. Some people are more direct, driven, or decisive. Others are more inspiring, influential, or interactive. Some are more steady, supportive, or secure. Others are more careful, compliant, or conscientious. By understanding the DISC, you can be more effective in your relationships with others. Let's celebrate our similarities and our differences. Learn how you can maximize your strengths and overcome your limitations to grow better relationships with others. Find out how you can use the DISC to achieve success today.
So what is DISC? So the DISC is a behavioral pattern test. It is not the personality test, but it is a behavioral pattern test, right? So what is behavior? Behavior is what other people observe in you. It is their perception about you. It is not what you think about yourself, but how other people perceive your behavior. So it is observable and it is situation based. Depending upon the situation, you change your behavior, right? So means, for example, from the childhood, in many circumstances, we behave differently with the father and differently with the mother. Why? Nobody has taught us, but that is the natural instinct a human being has, that depending upon the person in front of us and depending upon the situation, we tend to flex our behavior. Today we are going to learn it to do it more professionally, more consciously, and for your personal and professional life's benefit. Right? So we do have this flexibility inbuilt between us, but we do not know it, and also we do not know that is how to flex depending upon the other person's behavioral style, and that is what we are going to learn today. So there is a circle in front of you, DISC. If I split the circle horizontally, on the top of the circle there is a D and I. So the D and I type of people are very action oriented people, very result oriented people, very outspoken people. They will act fast, they will decide fast, right? They will initiate the things. So this is the characteristics of either D or I people. If I go for the bottom half of the circle, S and C, these people are more thinking type. They are more careful, more cautious. They will think twice before they act. They are more introvert in nature. So this is how DI is a one set and SC is another set. If I split the circle vertically, on the right hand side of the circle, there is a I and S. that is I behavioral pattern and S behavioral pattern. Both are people oriented. Both are very accepting in nature. They like to deal with people, right? If I split the circle vertically, and on the left hand side there is a D and C. So the D and C people are basically task oriented people. They will focus more on result and task than on people. That does not mean that they will ignore people, but their main priority in life, in profession, will be to focus more on action, focus more on results, right? And not necessarily more on the relationships and people, right? So these are the four prime pure behavioral pattern styles. Now, are we only belong to the one style? Answer is no. If you have seen your disk test, there will be 4 bars, right? So there will be some score in D, some score in I, some score in S, and some score in C. So you are necessarily a combination of all four, but your behavior is dominated by your top style. In majority of the cases, you will behave as per your top style, where you have got the highest score. But in minority of the cases, you will behave like your second top score, right? Means, for example, someone has these scores. D is 35%, I is 30%, S is 25%, and C is 20%. So these are the 4 score. So which are the top two? 35% and 30%, that is D and I. So this person is called as a combination of the D and I. But in majority of the time, in 80% of the time, the person will behave like D. But in minority of the time, the person will behave like I. Generally, the person will not behave as per the third and the fourth score, that is S and C in this particular example. Right? So you have to understand this in the perspective that you yourself are combination of your top 2 styles. But in this particular presentation, in this particular webinar, we are going to focus mainly on your top style, your top score, right? So now let me ask you a question. Since 90% plus of you have already completed the DISC test, what is your top score? Few of you might have the top score, means top and the second top score as same. But you have to tell me what is represented by the top bar, because visually only one bar will be at top, right? So whatever is mentioned there, whether dominance or influence or steadiness or consciousness or careful, right, denoted by C, you have to just click on that particular one score. Even if there is a tie, you have to go for the visual horizontal bar which is at the top. Do not worry right now regarding the combination. Okay, I have top 2 scores same, bottom 2 scores same, these, that. Okay, so I'm going to give you much more information, not only in this webinar, but on the behavioral intelligence community. So you are going to get exact analysis of your behavioral profile, whether you are DI, SC, CS, right? So there are 16 possible combinations. So I'm going to give you a report of each and every combination on the behavioral community WhatsApp group. So you are going to get it, do not worry, in the next week itself. Today, do not worry on your behavioral profile pattern. Your today's objective is to understand what is the DISC, how you can benefit from it, and how you can adapt your communication with the other person's behavioral style. That is the learning. The learning is not the analysis of your behavioral pattern. That I am going to give you on platter next week, free of cost. Do not worry, your report will be there. But right now, understand the DISC, right? So this is the purpose of our today's webinar, and I'm going to close the poll in next 3 seconds time. Thank you. Thank you for whoever has voted, and whoever has not voted, I request you to please vote, please respond, because there will be 10 polls during this particular webinar. If you don't interact, you will not enjoy the webinar and you will not learn. People who are going to interact today on the polls are going to learn the most. So this is how the today's participation is. Today, we are having the highest percentage of you as D, followed by I, S and C. So this is general profile, right? So do not think much about this. Yes, there are people of all the 4 style present today in this particular webinar, right? So thank you for responding. And now I'm going to explain you in brief what are the characteristics of the D people, I people, S people and C people. So do not go only by the word dominance. D, yes, D means dominance, but D also means being very direct, being very decisive, being very driven, being very dynamic, right? So there are many qualities of the D people, but at the same time, there are many improvement areas or the weaknesses of the D people, right? Sometimes they behave rudely, right? Sometimes they don't listen to other people, right? So they want to control the situation. They want to win at any cost. So each style, whether it is D or I or S or C, has strong points, strengths, and has improvement areas, that is weaknesses, right? So this is what you have to understand today. And do not only focus on your behavioral pattern style, focus on all the D, I, S, C, because there is only 20% weightage for you knowing your behavioral style. But the 80% weightage is if you identify other person's behavioral pattern with a quick interaction and then adapt your behavioral with that particular behavior. That is behavioral intelligence. Behavioral intelligence is not only understanding your behavioral pattern, means that is only 20% importance. So understand, if you want to get 100% benefit, you need to understand DISC to the depth. For example, in your team, there is a person whose behavioral pattern is D. How you will motivate that person? How you will get best out of that person? The D person wants to win. D person wants a challenging environment, and D person wants to be empowered. So unless you empower that person, unless you give freedom to that person, and unless you give challenging situation to that person will not be engaged in your team and organization. So this is how you need to apply knowledge of DISC. So this is D person for you, and this particular video will give you in-depth idea of what is D person.
D styles are the most forceful and assertive of the 4 DISC styles. D styles tend to be direct, results-oriented, competitive, and strong-willed. Ds prefer to move fast, take risks, and get things done immediately. They like challenges and are multitaskers. D styles want to create change. Routine is boring to them. Ds want to be in charge and have the power and control. D's motto is, I did it my way. One of the D style's biggest fears is to lose control. D styles often communicate in one direction. They talk and expect others to listen. At times, Ds express their own opinions as facts, needing no further discussion or input. D styles may be blunt and challenge others. Ds are impatient listeners and have a tendency to interrupt. D style's favorite question is, what? What is the bottom line? What's in it for me? D styles want to make independent decisions and make them quickly. Since Ds don't need a lot of information to swiftly decide and are comfortable taking risks, they're more likely to make wrong decisions. However, D styles get over their mistakes quickly and move on by keeping the big picture in mind. Under pressure, D styles can show a lack of concern for others because they are focusing on the tasks. As a result, others may perceive D styles as being too aggressive, blunt, and even rude. At times, Ds can also be impatient and overbearing. Ds are often not good listeners and prone to making quick decisions. D styles have a tendency to overlook how their actions and behaviors affect others. D styles succeed by being decisive, taking risks, and focusing on the big picture, results, and goals. Ds are quick to take action, venture into risky and new situations, keep others moving forward, and are not hesitant to communicate their opinions.
So this is D for you, my friends. I. I people are one of the most enthusiastic and energetic of the lot. Very bubbly, very peppy. Wherever they get, they will go. They will create energy and they will create happiness. These are out of box thinkers and very creative people. They are highly social and influential. See the difference between I and S. I and S, because I have already said, when we split the circle vertically, right, the right hand side is I and S. Both are people oriented. Both like people, both say have a eagerness to develop good relations. But the I is more social and group oriented, and S is more personal oriented, one-to-one oriented. So I are very social and influential people. Many motivational speakers come from the I behavioral pattern, right? And you can motivate I person by giving them social recognition, right? So pat on their back in front of many people if you have I person in your team.
I styles are outgoing, energetic, social, talkative, and enjoy being the center of attention. I styles like interaction with others and meeting new people, but do not like to focus on details or spend a lot of time alone. I styles are seen as very friendly, enthusiastic, and animated. Eyes are optimistic, positive, and good at influencing others. Social acceptance is very important for I styles. They like to be liked and fear social rejection. I's motto is, I am a nice person. Everyone should like me. I styles communicate in a way that inspires and promotes their messages. They talk a lot, but not about details. I styles will avoid unpleasant subjects and may not always be direct. An I's favorite question is who? Who is going to be at the meeting? Who's in this with me? I styles decision making is relatively fast. I's are typically not interested in a lot of detail and supporting information. I styles decisions are often based on intuition, emotions, and are optimistic about the outcomes of their decisions. I's keep others in mind when making decisions because they prefer to make popular and favorable choices. Under pressure, I styles can appear disorganized because they focus so much on people and being accepted that they may overlook details and tasks. I styles can also be seen as overly talkative and emotional. I's may overpromise because they are so optimistic and eager to be liked. I's may be perceived as somewhat careless, impulsive, and lacking follow-up. I styles succeed by being positive, energetic, and enthusiastic. I styles add openness, generate discussion, and offer new ideas to move forward. I's connect people and create an enjoyable and positive atmosphere. I styles get others involved and excited to move toward goals.
S people are one of the most empathetic and compassionate of the lot. They are very loyal, right? And they are a great team players. So if you have a team and if you have to build team, you must see that there are few S people in your team. Helping others and being cooperative is in their DNA. They don't like conflicts. Why? Because they don't want to hurt others. At the same time, they are also sensitive and they don't want to get hurt themselves. Right? They get motivated by having opportunity to cooperate. The working in team motivates S people, right? Being within the people motivates S people, and S people crave for sincere one-to-one appreciation, right? So they believe in very close one-to-one connection and not necessarily one-to-many connections. So they will have few very close friends, and S people have this particular competency or advantage with them, that is people generally share with S people. Why? Because S people are empathetic people, good listener. So people come to S people, and S people are good counselors. Because of their listening ability, because they are compassionate, they become good counselors. And that is the natural advantage what S people have. So this is S for you.
S styles are steady, calm, sincere, and laid back. While they do like interaction with other people, they're more reserved and less animated than I styles. S styles are eager to help and support others. S's enjoy working in a team environment and often will loyally defend their own group or team. Fairness and justice are very important to S styles. They don't like to disappoint others or let them down. Since S styles prefer stability and security, they tend to resist change and may need support with it. S styles' biggest fear is loss of stability. S's motto is, if it's not broken, let's not fix it. S styles' communication is often one-directional. They listen. S's are polite and answer when asked. S styles are most comfortable communicating in one-on-one situations. S styles speak calmly, are good at building trust, and are patient listeners. S styles' favorite question is, how? How are we going to do this? How does this impact us? S styles are prone to be cautious and slower in their decision-making because they consider the impact of their decisions on others. S styles commonly double-check their decisions and often talk them over with someone they trust before making the final decision. S styles look for support and precedence and information to ensure they make the best decision. Since S styles have a tendency to be overly accommodating and polite, under pressure they become too willing to help and give in to the decisions of others. S styles frequently say yes too easily by putting the needs of others ahead of their own. S styles can also stubbornly hold on to the status quo to protect their sense of security. At times, S styles overestimate the amount of work involved. S styles succeed by being very persistent and maintaining a long-term perspective. While S styles are sometimes slower to initiate action, once they do, they are unstoppable. S styles get things done and ensure tasks are completed well. S styles execute reliably and consistently.
C people are one of the most logical and rational of the lot. They believe in data, facts, numbers, and proof. And they are very systematic and methodical people. They want everything accurate and perfect, right? So they will be very neat and organized people of the lot. Means I'm talking about the out of the 4 styles. And generally, they go to the depth of any subject matter. And that is the reason many times C people become expert in their profession, right? And they have very good mathematical calculation ability, right? So any games where there is a mental application, C people do it well. In mathematics, in finance, C people do well.
C styles are the most analytical of the 4 disc styles. Cs can be perfectionist, detail-oriented, and focused on facts, information, and proofs. C styles are comfortable working alone and are the most reserved of the 4 styles. C styles are logical, systematic, cautious, and methodical. Cs focus on working with the existing circumstances to ensure high quality of product or service. C styles' biggest fear is criticism of their work. Cs make sure that everything works the way it should. C's motto is, if we don't have time to do it right, do we have time to do it over again? C styles prefer written communication and to include extensive facts and details. They tend not to share their own opinions unless they know the subject matter well. C styles' favorite question is, why? Why does it work this way? Why is this step necessary in the process? C styles are focused on making correct decisions and avoiding mistakes. As a result, their decision-making is exact and accurate. However, this can slow down their decision-making. C styles can overanalyze issues and require a lot of information. Under pressure, C styles can be overly critical of others. They have a tendency to be so focused on the details that they often find small mistakes and errors. C styles' attention to detail and correctness may be seen as nitpicky by other styles, but C styles expect even more of themselves. Cs can be very self-critical. Under pressure, C styles continue to gather more information to guide their decision and actions, further slowing down progress. C styles succeed by systematically focusing their efforts on the task at hand. They are not easily distracted and are focused on producing high-quality work. C styles approach tasks and projects well prepared. Frequently, C styles become very knowledgeable and skilled, even experts in their field.
So now, since you have already gone ahead with the 4 style, let me understand your perception, right? And there is a poll already launched. So please select your opinion among the three options given here. Last 10 seconds to respond. And please respond, because unless you respond and you get to know whether your perception was right or wrong, and then I explain you, there is no fun, right? So once you involve yourself in any learning, then only you learn. You do not learn only by sitting on a fence. You have to be taking action. It is on the job learning. So this is called as on the job learning. When you respond and when you vote, it is on the job learning. Last 3 seconds, my friends. Thank you. Today at the start, I have seen that the 42% were D. Okay, maybe so I can say 40% instead of exact 42%. But if I see around 57% of people are not agreeing with this particular statement, and the 43% are agreeing to this particular statement. So I hope that these are the non-D people who are agreeing to this statement, and even few of the D people are not sure. Why? Because there are already more than 42% D, and do not agree is only 28%. That means that there are few D people who are having a D profile, but they are not sure that whether this particular nature is right or wrong, right? So the right answer is option number 2, that is no, right? There is nothing called as good and bad profile. Whether it is D or I or S or C, each behavioral pattern has its own flaws and strengths. But we are many times blind to our flaws, and we can easily identify other person's flaw, right? So the S person will think that D person is very blunt, very rude, very aggressive, and may not like D person, but the S person will not understand his or her flaws well. And this is one of the major reason of the relationship issues. Why? Because we have a one kind of behavioral pattern. Our spouse or our colleague has a different kind of behavioral pattern, and we think that our behavioral pattern is only right behavioral pattern and the other person's behavioral pattern is wrong, right? And this is the main issue of any relationship. So the first thing you need to infuse in your mind, that is, no behavioral pattern is right and wrong. The D at a surface level might be dominating in nature, and yes, in many cases they are. But what is the intention behind that particular domination? To get work done. Goal orientation, task orientation, result orientation. Ultimately, that particular, they want to contribute as per their behavioral pattern. So their contribution is by doing the work. Someone from a people oriented style want to do contribution by helping other people, by cooperating, by adding value as a team member. So that is their contribution, but the D's contribution is different. So unless you think this way, it is very difficult to become behaviorally intelligent. So now I am going to explain you the golden rule of behavioral intelligence, and that is accept others as they are. We do totally reverse. We want to change other person. If we are father, we want to change our son. If we are wife, we want to change our husband. This is the main issue. The main problem of the relationship is that we do not accept others as they are. We want them to be like us, and that will be extremely boring world. If everyone will be like us, I don't want to say this word, but people will suicide because it will be damn boring. There will be nothing interesting in the world. So it is in our interest to accept others as they are. So this is the golden rule of behavioral intelligence. If you have any question, you can type in the chat box, right? So I will see chat box for a minute before going ahead. So Pritesh has said impatience is a bad trait for dominance, yet people choose to be dominant. Why? People do not choose, they are. People do not choose that I want to become D or I or S or C. They are. And because they are, with that, there are few strengths and few weaknesses they already have. Of course, being impatient is not good, but the D people many times are impatient. But does that mean that if I am not D, I will exclude that D person from my life? Or I will stamp that D person that he is bad, he is impatient, he is aggressive? No, right? Because at least 25% of the people will be D, around 25% I and S and C. So I belong from only one style. That does that mean that 75% people are not good because they do not belong to my style, right? So the intelligence, the behavioral intelligence is accepting people as they are. Okay, D person means he will be little bit rude and aggressive. Once you accept, then it becomes very easy for you to deal. Do you know the problem? Problem is we don't accept, we don't like. We think that the other person is bad, other person is evil, other person is doing this purposely. Nobody is doing purposely. It is their DNA, right? So lion will behave like a lion, sheep will behave like a sheep, right? So the every animal has a DNA, so they automatically will behave as per their DNA. So the D and I and S and C have the DNA, of course they will behave as per their DNA. So why you are getting perturbed? Why you are getting means getting unhappy and disturbed? So follow the golden rule, accept them as they are. 50% of your life problem will be solved. I'm saying life. Do you know why? Because entire life is dominated by relationships. So if you accept this golden rule, 50% of your life's problems will be solved. And in today's webinar, I am going to give you the solution for balance 50% as well. Right? So with this now, I go ahead with the... So this is the fact of life. Do you know the fact of life? The fact of life is nobody knows the truth. I'm talking about the ultimate truth. Nobody knows. We are all guessers. We think that this is truth. We think that this is good. It is our perception. But the perception will change from person to person, culture to culture, country to country, community to community, right? So in some community, what is good, in the same thing in other community can be bad, can be wrong, right? So it is all a matter of perception. There is nothing that it is a universal truth or this is good or this is bad. So many times in life, this is the real situation. The fact is same, event is same, but your perception, from the direction you see it, from the mindset you see it, the truth is different for you and the truth is different for other person. But both are right, because from the way they are seeing, from their perception, they are right. So this is the fact of life, and this is the crux of behavioral intelligence. If you understand this, that I can be right and the other person also can be right. We can agree to disagree respectfully. It is not that you have to agree to that particular person, but you can respect that, yes, there is a difference of opinion, no problem. That difference of opinion is not going to come in between our relationship. So this is the behavioral intelligence. I am okay and you are okay as well. and we can agree to disagree, but relationship continues. And there is a great possibility that both have a different opinion, but at the same time both are right. This is the golden rule of behavioral intelligence. And since now I understand that most of you are getting it, now let me conduct a test. So there are 4 question papers, and I'm going to show you 4 pairs on your screen. Each pair has a similar behavioral pattern, and you need to identify what is the behavioral pattern of these 2 individuals. Now, I have already explained you DISC, right? Now, before responding, think for 10 seconds. I will not now talk for 10 seconds. You remember what you have seen in the videos and what you have understood till this particular time before you responding. I will wait for 10 seconds before I launch the poll. Your time starts now, and you have 50 seconds to respond. Last 3 seconds to respond. And I'm sharing the results. I have closed the poll, and I'm happy that 46% of you have got it absolutely right. Majority of you have got it right. Both belong from I behavioral pattern. Why? Energy, enthusiasm, bubbliness, outspoken, they will create energy, right? So this is the behavioral pattern of I, which most of you have got it right, but few of you need to back up, few of you need to think more before responding. And this is the next pair. Think for 10 seconds before I launch the poll. I have launched the poll. Your time starts now, 50 seconds. I take one full day at a corporate training to complete this particular seminar. So that is called a seminar because it is physical in nature, at campus. But online, that one day I have compressed to only 75 minutes for you, so that within 75 minutes you will achieve 3 levels: basic level, advanced level, and application level, where you will be in a position to apply the knowledge into your day-to-day life, right? So be focused, try to understand each and every word, right? Give 100% attention to today's webinar, because you are going to create a great value today. From tomorrow onwards, the life will not be the same. Last 3 seconds. Thank you. My God, 73% of you have got it right. Congrats. That is superb performance. 73% of you have got it absolutely right. Dominating, direct, decisive, driven, leadership, right? Action orientation, result orientation. dynamism, very straightforward talk, right? A bit of aggression. So these are the behavioral patterns of D. You got it right. And the next one is bit tricky. Think twice before you respond. I have already told in the characteristics, I have given some examples. If you were keenly listening me, the people who were very attentive will absolutely know the right answer. And now I am launching the question paper number 4. Your time starts now, 50 seconds. And I'm happy that people are doing well. So if within less than 50 minutes, if many of you are understanding the behavioral pattern of others, I think it is a great feat. Within 50 minutes, you are in a position to comprehend the other person's behavioral pattern. Is a great start of your behavioral intelligence journey. Last 3 seconds. I'm sharing the results with you. 47% of you have again got it right. Majority of you are getting it right. Yes, they both are C. Methodical, systematic. One is a great scientist and the calculation master, mathematician. Again, the trait of C. Vishwanath Anand. Again, the chess, right? Expert, world leader. Chess means all about the calculations, right? So C pattern. So you have just got it right. But few of you need to back up. Now the next I want definitely 70% plus. I want the result of D. When it came to D, right? More than 70% of you could guess it well. So let us see what happens to the next pair. And I will wait now only for the 5 seconds. And this time I'm going to give you only 45 seconds because now you are becoming expert. You don't need that much time. Poll has been launched and your 45 seconds starts now. Today's participants are intelligent. You are knowing it well. You are doing it well. In not a single poll, majority of you have failed. So when I say the majority means the highest. So the highest percentage was always right. But I want real majority of you to get it right. Like what happened in case of D. Last 3 seconds. %17% of you have got it wrong. 64% of you have got it right. Both are S. Team player, right? Example, Anil Kumble, right? Mahatma Gandhi, empathy, compassion, highest level of empathy and compassion, Mahatma Gandhi ji. So you got it right. These are S trait people, and I am happy that real majority of you have this time got it right. So I must say it is a good show overall as far as the exam is concerned. So majority of you have passed the exam. That is a basic level exam. And now, of course, because you have passed the exam, we are going for an advanced level of this, wherein now the subject matter is not you. Subject matter is how you will communicate with the other person. That is first. Now you already know how to identify right? Of course, means you are on the path. You will you have to learn more to really confirm that yes, in every situation you will be right, and in a question and answer session I'm going to give you more tips. But now consider that you know the other person's behavioral style. What you will do with that particular knowledge, how you will communicate and deal with that person, is the advanced level. So the advanced level is not about you, it is about you changing your communication, you flexing your behavior as per other person's behavioral style. That is, you will behave differently with Indira Gandhi, you will behave differently with Mahatma Gandhi ji, you will behave differently with Vishwanath Anand, and you will behave differently with Navjot Singh Sidhu once you identify their pattern. And with the D people, do not talk much and give them stories. Give them the bottom line, that is, okay, this is the result and these are the 3 pointers which will give you this particular result. Talk point wise, do not give them the stories, right? Listen to them, be brief in talking to them, and do not only talk about problems with them, talk about problem along with the solution. If your boss is D, and if you go to the boss in case you face any problem, and if you do not think about any solution, and if you talk only about the problem, you forget about the promotion. Because the D person wants other person to come up with the solution. Solution may be wrong, no problem, but you have to show solution orientedness with the D person. Sometimes D people are sarcastic and blunt, but they are not against you, right? They are not only sarcastic or the blunt with you, it is their DNA. So don't take it personally, because if you do not accept D people, dealing with the D people is very difficult, right? So this is how you will communicate and deal with D. I people, unlike the D people, where with the D people you have to be very brief, reverse is true for I. With the I people, you have to tell them stories. You have to communicate with them. You have to communicate your feelings and emotions with the I people. But at the same time, because they are I people, they are talkative themselves. So you allow I people to talk. For example, if you are I and you are communicating or the dealing with another I, you need to resist your natural urge to talk more, and you need to give more focus on or more encouragement, and you need to allow the another I person to talk more, so that that person gets that comfort level and that person cooperates with you, and ultimately you get what you want. Because you need to understand their style. It is not about what is your style. Your style may be anything. Your style may be D or I or S or C. What is the behavioral pattern of the other person? For example, I, you have already identified. Then how you will do? You will share experiences, feelings, emotions, right? You will allow them to talk. I people are very positive and optimistic. You will not talk much of negative. Even if there is a negative situation, you will try to put that into the positive perspective. So these are the do's and don'ts of dealing with the I people. Sometimes I people are self-indulgent. They want praise. It's all right. Give it to them, right? Because ultimately, unless the other person is comfortable with you, right, you cannot develop rapport with that particular person, right? So this is how to deal with I. S people, one of the softest people, peaceful people. Do not be aggressive with S people. Especially if you are D, you have to take 3 times care, triple care, right? Because even if you behave normally, S people will think that you are very aggressive, blunt and rude. Why? Because in their perception, in their definition, this behavior is not good. So you have to take triple care, right, in dealing with the S people if you are D. Of course, if you are I and say S, of course, managing is easy, because S people want to understand other people. That is their DNA. They are helpful. They are cooperative, right? So if you do not give them any opportunity, right, they will always behave good with you only. With the S people, go slow, go step by step. They take some time, but once they understand good, right? Be very polite and gentle with the S people, right? S people are sensitive people, right? They want one-to-one good connection. They are loyal, right? So do not betray their trust, right? And they are looking for one-to-one connection, not necessarily one-to-many connection, which you need to take care of, right? So this is S. C, if you are dealing with a C person, right, always be fully prepared, because C people dislike unpreparedness. If you do any mistake, they will lose trust on you. I'm not saying permanently, I'm talking about that particular situation. In that particular situation, they will not believe you because you are unprepared and you are not accurate. So with the C people, if you are dealing with a C boss or C colleague, you should go fully prepared, and you should talk about facts, data, proofs, and information, and not the stories and the vague ideas, because C people want to see things as they are and not any grand picture. So this is C. So this is how you need to behave with the C, because they are thirsty for logic and rational, and you do not generalize with the C people. For example, if the 42%, you talk 42%. You can't say 40%, around 40%. What is this around 40%? Either it is 42% or it is 40%, right? So this is C people. So if you talk in their language, then they will develop that comfort level with you, and you can get your work done from them. Generally, C people are critical. They will immediately give you very critical feedback. Why? Because they are self-critical themselves. They want everything accurate and perfect. And if you don't see accuracy, they are going to pounce on you. That is their DNA. Is that mean they are angry on you? Is that mean that you are bad and they think you badly? No, that is their DNA. Tomorrow, the same person, if you do something accurate, something good, they will appreciate you, right? So this is C for you. So what is the platinum rule? You have seen the golden rule. What is golden rule? Accept other as they are. Now the platinum rule, treat others the way they want to be treated. It is behavior, what you have seen, right? So you identify the behavioral pattern of the other person and you behave with them as per their behavioral pattern is a platinum rule. There is no grander rule than this. So the golden and platinum, 100% syllabus covered. You can develop your communication, rapport and relationship with any person if you accept that person with the faults, with the strengths and weaknesses as it is, number one. And number two, you understand his or her behavioral pattern and adapt your behavior as per that person's behavioral pattern. Now the answer is, now the question is, do you have to do it always in every situation? Answer is absolutely no. You be genuine, you be original, you follow your own behavioral pattern in all the normal circumstances and situations in life. But in all major important situation where you are dealing with the other person to get some work done, to improve your relationship, right, to build the rapport, at that time you have to flex. It is not that every time, 100% of the time, with all the people in all the situation you have to flex. Not necessary. Why? Because you are original, you are unique piece God has made, right? So you have to show your uniqueness anyway, right? If you are lion, whenever you will roar like a lion only. When you are an owl, right, whenever you will speak like owl only. There is no point in camouflaging anything. There is no point in manipulating. But at the same time, you need to be aware. That is, my behavioral style is not the ultimate behavioral style. If I have to deal with the others, if I have to get work done from the others, if I have to develop rapport with the others, if I have to develop consciously good relationship with the others, I need to flex my behavior situation to situation, person to person. This is behavioral intelligence. Behavioral intelligence is not manipulation, right? Behavioral intelligence is being your own, but at the same time, in many situations, when it is necessary, flex your behavior. right? So this is behavioral intelligence. And since now you have already crossed the advanced level, let me go to the application level. And we are going to help you in this particular application level, because we fully understand that in 75 minutes, you cannot become fully behavioral intelligent. Today, you have embarked on a journey of behavioral intelligence. Today is your first day, right? Today, compared to the first day, you have done fantastically well. You have passed the test. You are now at an advanced level, right? And during the question and answer session, I will give you many more tips. Do not worry. But it's a start of journey. So if you have to really apply behavioral intelligence in your life, you need to do these 3 steps, right? And the step number 1 is you need to join a behavioral intelligence community, which is a free of cost service from Master My Life EQ Education, wherein we give you much more additional information than what we can cover in a 75 minutes